What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Another video on the comments or answering your comments. You'll probably expect a couple of these, or there'll be a little more of these over the next couple of days as I try to catch up. For people who missed it, I was traveling last week and was under the weather at the end of the weekend, so just hadn't had a chance to jump into these. So let's go ahead and do this. I don't want these videos to be super long anyway, so maybe if I do them a little bit more frequently, but they're not like super long, we can cover a lot of ground. But let's start here with iHorse. This is from 9 days ago. So again, I'm sorry. But we will get to all of them, hopefully. All right, so how much oversupply of SPS is out there? That was the video that was out at the time. So iHorse says, will NPE even matter by the time they get it up and running? We lost so many players. Why do they keep things secret? Tell us what this amazing NPE will be. I think we're seeing it. Obviously, they believe it will bring in more than we lost, so I'm excited to see these great ideas. Okay, my guess is like Killer Whales GLX, such a letdown. The game will fold almost immediately. I'm sick of waiting. How about you? Okay, so I mean, I get where you're going with this. I'm going to say something here that I thought about putting into like its own separate video, and maybe I will at some point, but I have no ego about this, and it's something that I've even talked to Darkest Night about too, meaning that if I disappear, if I just sell out and leave, and again, I'm not trying to like flex or anything. Obviously, I do have a platform here, and I have a voice within Splinterlands. I'm not trying to downplay that, but if I were to just up and leave, sell everything and go away, I don't think that would impact Splinterlands. Sure, in the short term, it might. But keep in mind, all the stuff that we're complaining about, all of that stuff that we're complaining about, the team is trying to fix. They're trying to get it into a better place. And there will be, hopefully, thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions of players who come across this game that don't have the baggage of everything that we went through during the bear market, right? It'll just be new and cool, and they're gonna find it at a time when, you know, hopefully the team is doing a lot of marketing and they feel like it's ready. And so to answer your question, this first question here, will NPE even matter by the time they get it up and running? Yes, I think so. But I'm saying all this with a caveat that, like, obviously there is a cycle here in which I would like for them to hit, right? Which is this current bull run that I believe that we're in, and that I think it's going to go on for the next, hopefully 12, maybe even 18 months, right? But I hope that they can hit it in that time frame. But I'm actually quite confident in, you know, Matt's ability and Matt's conservativeness that, you know, we're already thinking about next cycle, right? And I know that rubs people the wrong way. So what I'm trying to say here is that, yes, when they do get it up and running, whether that is during this bull run or after this bull run, I think it'll still matter. I think it'll still be important. And, you know, as long as the team survives, which I think that they will, we're going to get, you know, the game is going to be in a better place in the future. So right now it's a difficult time. It's frustrating. I think we all kind of expected that. The team even tried to brace us for it a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, when I think about it, I'm just like, we're all kind of insignificant in the grand scheme of things. If the team is successful in what they're trying to do, if they can make it through whatever they're trying to make it through, those new players are going to come in and they won't think twice about all the stuff that we're complaining about, because for them, it'll be brand new and therefore it will matter. Okay. Firebolts, let's jump in here. All right, so yeah, in player perspective, one may not need as much as 400k SPS. However, if we approach it with a player entrepreneur mentality, one might need to accumulate more SPS to delegate, rent out, trade it, or liquidate a portion to buy yourself a cup of coffee. Oh, and also to need to distribute some SPS to your alt accounts. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, 400k was just, you know, the number, and obviously that number is going to matter less and less over time once players come in and there's just less SPS to go around too. So X Blackfeather says no card level accordingly with league level, no rewards, no glint star rewards are lower in comparison with chess before. They said no more SPS in chess, but it'll be distributed in ranked battles and we get less in lower leagues than before. Whales shall prevail. This is the lowest I've seen Splinterlands since 2021. Is on the edge of non-existence. If this continues, it will be no future. You got 11 thumbs up on that. So a lot of people are agreeing with you, X Blackfeather. All right, so Pomp says the 10x multiplier is a joke. The problem is SPS staking has diminishing returns. The more you stake, the less incentive you have to stake more. Reward should be based on card level. A maxed out card gets 100%. All others get a percentage. That's interesting. Okay. This is incentivized combining all those. Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed that they got rid of the card leveling thing, but at the same time, I guess that doesn't jive with the new system. All right. So TDDD says both. This is on the are players leaving or is it account consolidation? Adrian says Splinterlands is so broken, it's a shame. TD says, honestly, I don't see the point of SPS anymore. SPS is only useful to earn more SPS and non-profitable assets. What is the point? Why would people spend thousands on SPS without any ROI? This is crypto. Web3 players chase ROI. No point wasting thousands on some useless SPS in order to... Well, again, you're not wrong, and the market agrees with you. Look at where SPS is right now. This is I don't know. I don't know what the perfect tokenomic structure is, right? I think Splinterlands has an interesting one. I think that at this point, the tokenomics are not necessarily, I don't know what the word is. Like the tokenomic structure is fascinating, right? So I don't want to say that the tokenomics are broken, but the game economy in a way is obviously oversupplied. So you can look at it and say like the game economy is like just in pieces right now because there's an oversupply. None of it makes sense, right? There's too many assets overall within the ecosystem, and none of them are holding their value because everything is getting diluted. And then you add on top of that every new game that comes out on Hive, and I'm not just talking about what's that called? I'm not just talking about the GLS or Arcade Colony, but other games that come out on Hive. There's no new money coming into Hive, guys. Like, I mean, at least I'm not seeing it. It's not like one of these games out there are bringing in new players. If anything, they're cannibalizing the players that are already here for Splinterlands or one of the other games. So anytime another game launches, right, or anytime somebody wants to get involved with another game, whether it's Decrops or Golem Overlord or something else, it's just going. It's all just trading back and forth. There's not a lot of real value coming in. I would say the last time we probably had a lot of real value coming into Hive was during the Rebellion launch, right? Because there was obviously something worthwhile that people put money into. But no other game is doing that, right? I don't think so. At least not at this point. But we'll see how that plays out over time. Okay, so Vivo Sky says, I'm still doing what I'm doing every day, now going 3 years, just not happy with the glint earnings as it need many battles to earn an open chest. I think the psychological effect of opening chests daily is more fun. I don't disagree with that. I was hearing Brandon VetV talk about this, and I agree with him 100% because I'm kind of doing a reconsideration, let's put it that way. Because there's something about the gambling addicted nature of being forced to open chests every day. I don't know how else to like explain it other than that. And the reason that I was so big on the glint shop in theory, right, before it came out was because I was like, this reminds me of like the arcade when I was a kid or going to Chuck E. Cheese when you're a kid. Like you collect all these tickets from all the games that you play and then you go and redeem some prizes. And that actually seemed fun. That seemed like a good gamification of this. But the way that VetV was describing it, it made sense too, where it's just like there's something about the gambling addictive nature of opening chests and being forced to open them and having them every day. And a lot of times they're going to be disappointing. But sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, gold for a legendary. Oh my gosh, 3,000 SPS, right? And so I do miss that. I do miss that, and I don't know how we necessarily get back to that. I think that there might be opportunities where, if the team decides to go in this direction, I don't think they would even need the DAO to approve it because they're just making unilateral decisions with the SPS that's been allocated to them. They could take a portion of SPS and have, maybe this random chest draw that I in a separate video I talked about like vouchers, being able to use vouchers to open up random chests, and maybe in that way like you get some random chests, right? And so there's like SPS that's allocated to that, and maybe you get a jackpot here and there, maybe you get potions, right? Whatever the case is. But I do miss that, and I don't know what the solution is, but I do think that there are easy solutions for this, so it is fixable, in my opinion. Okay, Max says, I think more and more people are just completely checking out. Making max level cards playable at every level really takes the fun out for silver and below. Yeah, I mean, I just tried playing a game in silver, and it's just max level decks in silver on modern. So I'm not even bothering with modern. Modern, unfortunately, is broken unless you have a max level deck. All right, Benjamin says, let's reduce the amount of SPS distributed in all events, like Parallel just did. I mean, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but that doesn't solve the problem. This is like the SPS halving that people want. There's just too much SPS out there already. If anything, I believe, I mean, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I think that if the DAO is going to do something with the DEC that it has, it should just buy up as much SPS as possible right now. And yes, that would mean that, the DEC would not hold its value quite well, but that would create opportunities for cheaper Rebellion cards. And yeah, if you bought Rebellion cards, that would definitely devalue them. So this is not a perfect idea. I'm just saying that there's too much SPS out there already. I don't know what the solution is. And reducing the amount that comes out is going to piss people off because their earnings are going to go down and SPS value is not going to grow up proportionally, right? So it's like, oh, I'm getting half the amount of SPS right now, but SPS didn't go from 1.5 cents to 3 cents, right? Because nobody still wants it, right? It's still just being given out like candy. We're just getting half the candy right now, and we're all sitting in piles of candy. So like nobody's buying this candy and reducing the supply in any way. Intern Travel Channel, thank you for the comment. Another one. Doing your best, DJ Khaled. Whatever that's called. Impersonation. All right, Phoenix says, I'm interested to see how good the tactics will be on the legendaries. We will see something like 2 static bonuses and a choice of 2 team-wide ability. Man, you called it here 9 days ago because this just came out. I posted the video earlier today. Those kinds of options could easily make them must-have cards and would almost certainly be meta shifting. If they go the opposite and have static abilities plus the option of stats, that seems like it would be less powerful. I would say that they're definitely meta shifting. Obviously, you were a little... You were a little ahead of your time here in calling it, so well done. Power says, in all honesty, if the summoner isn't something special, I'm probably going to sell all the poor Rebellion cards whilst the value is high. Fair enough. All right, so Brian says, I've got 1 foot out the door already, mostly due to removal of level limits. Facing max level cards is not fun at all in Bronze. It's not even just people that own those that will move up. Just face someone today renting out max level cards. So what do I have to do to compete in freaking Bronze? What the hell for? Yeah, I mean, I moved over to Gold. To Wild, and I am actually liking it more for what it is. All right, so Bruno says, and SPS died, guys. Move on. All right, fair enough. Okay, Mr. Summertime Shine says, your fan blowing in the mic. Oh, I'm sorry. I did try to turn down the gain because I saw your comment previously. But it's hot here in Texas already. So I got to have the fan at least a little bit. Hopefully the gain is a little bit better in these videos. Okay, so Sarah says, I'm a bit confused. It doesn't seem like a play to earn format anymore. You can no longer make sod during battles, and the cards you get can't be sold. So where's the ROI on basic game playing, or are they trying to make it a game where you do not earn? Well, okay, so here, and this is the thing. They're moving it over to you only earn SPS, and you're earning significantly more SPS, especially in modern format. I mean, even in Wild, the earnings went up because there's a lot of the bots went offline. So even no matter what, you're still earning SPS every single game you play, which in my opinion still keeps it under the play to earn banner. Yes, there are a lot of Web 2 elements, there are a lot of soulbound elements, but you're seeing that across the board with many other top Web 2 games, right? Parallel is the best one that I have right now, where everything is soulbound until you decide to infuse it and making it into an NFT. And that's kind of what we have with our soulbound reward cards. Granted, we are still in the first cycle of that, coming into, full 18 months before they are unlockable. But at some point they will be unlockable. I just don't know what the value is going to be. So obviously a lot have been burned, which is good for all that extra glint. They've been dusted for glint, but we'll have to wait and see what kind of value that they have in the future. So David says, players cashing out to invest in BTC. Smart. I will never tell anybody not to do that. In fact, I think everybody should be buying Bitcoin as much as possible. All right. So Joffrey says, I've always thought this. People who thinks devalues cards are numb. Oh, this is on the free-to-play mode thing. All right, so if you're not getting rewards for ghost cards, how are you devaluing cards? Let people come, try the game, let them figure out the meta, and they will buy the cards they want. Seems like low-hanging fruit. Maybe the team is just stupid. I've lost all hope. Fair enough, man. I mean, I'll give a shout out to Mondroid because he was kind of pushing the way that Parallel does things, where everything is just ghost cards, but you only earn on what you have. And I don't think that would be a terrible idea. Honestly, I think it'd be cool to have a format like that, because it would just be fun then to invite people to play and to play at max level and to have all the cards at your disposal. But that's a different type of game. And I don't know if it's maybe we create a different type of game mode, but I think that it's something that could draw in a lot more users. All right, Joffrey says, still waiting on SPL merch shop. Like, bro, what are you waiting for? I would have easily spent hundreds already. Madden team are just way behind. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a merch shop. I thought they were selling some stuff. So Draken says, I love the idea of free-to-play mode. I think it's something we can do when we're out of energy, and it's a good way for new players to get excited about the game. It's great, too, for most players who don't have a maxed out deck. Who knows? I mean, this is in that video for people who aren't aware. I played in a Ghost tournament. I don't even know why it was set up, but I played in a Ghost tournament, and that's like the only tournament that I've done. Now, I don't even do the ones where you can win actual money, right? The prize was 1 TEC for the winner. But I played in that because it was actually fun. And so I think we need something like that to show off that the game actually can be fun. But, it can be, I don't mind us moving to like a Web 2.5 space, because that's where most games operate right now anyway. Nothing's truly Web 3. But if we're Web 2.5 and slowly make our way to Web 3 in some, over time, I'd be happy with that. So Caxi says, as a small investor, I definitely reduced my SPS position. All right, I'm sure you're not the only one. David says, yes, definitely. And not only tournaments, but also high rank battles with ghost cards and no rewards, just for fun and make it easy to play with a friend if you want to. The way people can experience the true fun of the game and decide later if they want to start collecting. I don't disagree. I mean, I think that's what's made Parallel super popular, and I hate to keep pushing that, but it's true. Like, it's true, and I hope that the team is gonna steal some good ideas from other areas. I think that they really should. So Mondred says, super cool to hear you had a ton of fun with that, and thanks for the shout outs. Yeah, indeed. So Elistios says, I'll be honest, the best time I had playing the game in the past year was playing with you guys when you were organized friendly tournaments versus the real game. Yeah, I need to get back to that. However, the fact that I decided to invest in land, and once land 1.5 got live, I lost 80% of my best cards putting them on land. And then after there's no fun, I just don't want to remove those best cards from land, since I have no intention to sell back my assets at $35. Yeah, man. Let's see. I did enjoy those tournaments, and I had a huge hope that the team would listen to Weirdbeard back then, but we might have seen a more competitive scene. Yeah, a lot changed for me after Weirdbeard was no longer with the team. I don't disagree with you on that. I was really hopeful for a competitive scene. I'll be honest, that's just not something that Splinterlands is focused on now or anywhere in the near future. So I've shifted my attention to other games that are going to offer that. Splinterlands at this point in time is like a cool, fun game that I like to play, and obviously I'm invested in. But from a competitive standpoint, it's not there yet, but that yet has a huge asterisk on it, because without Weirdbeard, I don't know that anybody's really championing that behind the scenes. Intern Travel Channel got another one. Thank you. All right, so Perry Project says, sounds fun for players who are already high level. Someone new would get stomped. They wouldn't know all the cards well enough. I mean, I'm okay with just Friday Night Magic, or whatever it is, Saturday Night Splinterlands. That's all it needs to be, just a place where we can like hang out and play and try out all these different cards. I don't know if they would give me the ability to set up ghost card tournaments, under the caveat that I would do 0 prizes, right? So there would be nothing there. It would literally be just for fun. But I don't know. Maybe that's something that I can approach them for and see. All right, so Gigaster says, with the recent changes in Splinterlands, it seems I just need to tweak my deck a bit. I'm planning to enhance my silver deck so I can compete on diamond level or more glint. By the way, I'm playing in wild mode, same. All right, I don't engage in modern because I prefer to avoid the stress. Wild is more laid back for me. I've been earning more SPS than before by playing in wild. I'm aiming to rack up 100k SPS before the year's out. Nice. Well, good luck with that, Gigaster. I hope you get there. All right, so iHorror says, nothing matters until we get a mobile app. WTF were they thinking? Is Matt trying to end his own game? How many bad decisions can he make in a row? And yes, they are bad because each one has cost us players. You know what's fascinating about this? I think Matt has done actually a relatively good job in terms of delivering the stuff that he said they were going to deliver. since he took over. And this has been like, what, 6, 7, 8 months now, right? So it's not, or 7 months, we'll call it. But what's fascinating is that during that time, yes, we did have a nice run up at the end of last year with the launching of Land and Rebellion. But it's like, I think Matt has done a good job, yet the market and the tokenomics has said the opposite, right? Like card values are through the floor. SPS value has tanked. DEC is not holding peg. So I don't know how to reconcile that, right? Like, obviously, I don't like the fact that the market is not reflecting what I thought has been pretty solid leadership so far. But yeah, it is what it is. So, NPE won't matter. Like, it's so bad. All right, iHorse, you're still on this NPE thing. I mean, we're getting it slowly and steadily. Again, you're going on about this mobile app, bro. We're not getting a mobile app. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, until they say it's going to happen, I would say it's not going to happen. Like, not ever going to happen. So, again, like we can call for that as much as we want, but I feel like we're just yelling at a wall. The mobile experience seems to have gotten significantly better with the update earlier this week. So I would recommend you checking that out. And I know this comment's from 8 days ago, so maybe you have, but hopefully I'll catch up on a comment there. All right, so Sorry Smurf says, this is your first and last Ghost tournament play. You won't lose other time to play this tournaments. This is a problem. Look at the next tournaments. How many players will join? Less and less. No, I mean, if there's another Ghost card tournament, I will absolutely join. So I don't know what you're trying to imply there. Unless you're saying that they're not going to put them on again. Whoa. All right. This has a lot of comments. Popular one here from X Black Feather. So let's jump in. We joined because the high rewards. If I would be a new player, definitely wouldn't consider Splinterlands a good project. No ROI. The game's too complicated. No liquidity. Easy to enter. Hard to get out. High investment. High risk. Even if you look at the project for 3 to 5 years into the future, the only thing I would buy is SPS if I was considering speculate on something. Well, I hope people buy some SPS then. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's a lot of comments here. I will say I'm curious, X Black Feather, when did you get into the game that you joined because of high rewards? Because rewards have not been like high for a long time. And I would actually make the argument now that rewards at the top tier are quite good. I don't know what that ROI is overall, because obviously you have to have like tens of thousands of dollars in investment. But if you've been around the game for a while and you've invested and you're playing, and I mean, the rewards are good, and maybe they are at the appropriate proportion to how much you have invested in the game. I don't know, right? Like that's just a thought. All right, so Plexa said, I would prefer we got a name and the art but no stats. Keep that hidden until release for all the summoners. Okay, well, we got that already, so sorry, your dream has been shattered. Okay, so Christopher Charles says, they do nothing but devalue the assets. It's incredible that they can use that as an argument against things like this. But this is something I've been saying for a while. Rewards should not be the main driver of adoption or interaction. The most passionate players will play without any rewards and will enjoy the game more because they aren't worried about what they're making versus someone else is making. And this is something that I miss about the old energy system. There were, and it was called ECR at the time, right? Energy capture rate. I would play until my ECR was like down in like the 20% range, because I would just go on these like addictive, like one more. And I wasn't even worried about how much I was earning, right? Sure, I was earning like a tiny fraction of whatever at the time, but it's like, I just wanted to play the game. And so, the way that the game is designed now, we don't really have that, unfortunately. Okay, well, all right, this video is getting up there. So let's go ahead and have this be the last one for now, and then I'll jump in probably over the next couple days as well and do more of these. So Keith says, NPE will be different since new players won't understand all the salt and won't know what the game once was. You can't be disappointed if you have no expectation. I agree 100%. I think we started off we actually started off the video talking about this and me agreeing with your point here, but obviously just towards the end of the comments. So this is kind of poetic. I'm very soured at the moment with the game and most major changes. Made it worse over the past 3 years of playing. Playing in silver or gold, facing max cards or decks is zero fun. Each league had its own unique meta. I do miss that. And powerful cards since you weren't dealing with 3 to 4 abilities. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I know that they wanted to make it easy to draw to rise up through the ranks. But I do miss the individual leagues having their own meta, and now you can still get that in tournaments. You can still get that in brawls, but those happen only every so often. So you're only getting that like once every couple of days at most, right? Specifically with the cards that you have and the sets that you might own. But okay, guys, that is all I have for you in this video. We're still 8 days behind, so I will continue trying to do these as often as I can, and we will catch up over time. But I appreciate you guys, everybody who left the comment, and yeah, hope you all are doing well. Take care.